So team, welcome to Jira Live Training Day 2. We have completed one orientation session in which complete walkthrough of this training and the tool and agile methodology, etc. has been covered. Followed by yesterday we had day 1. In day 1, typically we started, again, after quick recap of the orientation, we started directly jumping on to the software. We went to Atlassian.com and we created our own cloud site. As we all know, Atlassian, the Jira software is available in two variants. One is the actual server version where you need to install it on premise on your server operating system, or you can go get a cloud version from Atlassian Cloud. As we all discussed, the hardware cost and everything will be reduced if you go to cloud version. That's where the small scale industries and the training, and even if you want to practice, the cloud version is the best. All you have to do is just go register yourself the way we did it yesterday. If anybody is newly attending today's session directly, post today you will be getting both day 1 and day 2 videos. So just please watch the day 1 video. How did we acquire this site? Like you can see over here, the site that we have acquired yesterday is Shankar ITeLearn.atlassian.net. This is the cloud site that we have got it yesterday. So how to get this and all? It's a simple registration process that you have to do, like any other registrations that you normally do it. And it takes a few minutes to create that site, and they will send you an email through whatever the email ID that you have registered. All you have to do is go activate your email ID and then start working with this particular site. Did anybody created after this? Did anybody successfully was able to create the site and you're able to log in and see what we have done yesterday? Or anybody has any issues doing that? Okay, so speak out, yes or no. If somebody did it, or no, you have not done it, or you have some issues. Okay, fine. So whosoever done it, that's well and good. Otherwise, you can probably watch the video today, and then you can actually try doing it today post this session. All right. Sorry. Somehow these questions are not starting well. Yeah. Okay. So Vidya says I tried but did not get email. Any email? Okay. No. After it was delayed by a few minutes, not really big thing. So you should get some email the way we did it yesterday. So this is how you get an email from Atlassian. Okay, welcome to Jira Software and Confluence. Yeah, just check again today and you should be getting it. Okay, so where did we stop yesterday was after we got the site, we went to this page. All you have to do is when you log out, it will be like this, but all you have to do is just take that site, browse it again in any of the browser, i.e. Opera, Chrome, Firefox. Okay, looks like I have already logged in, so it's coming like this. Ideally, login page should come. Not sure if I have selected remember me or anything. So what happens as soon as you log in, browse to the site, you will get the login page. Yesterday, I have registered with Shankar at ITeLearn.com. So that's my email ID. And then we registered with some password called test123. So when you log in, this is where you will actually land. Okay. Now this is the home page of your Jira software that we have selected. There are different options like from here onwards you can see the uh, options for configuring your space, configuring the space for it. And this is something related to continuous integration. We'll talk at the last what is this continuous integration and all. But the main things that we are going to do is we'll be creating a projects today. So for that you have an option under projects menu to create a project, and related to boards, like during the orientation you got through some names. Can anybody name few boards that you have heard about it? What is mean by board in Jira terminology or agile terminology? What is a board that you have heard about it? Team, is anybody answering? My questions chart is actually not sorting well. Let me try once. Okay, did you hear any board? Like, we talked about Scrum board. We talked about Kanban board, right? So, of course, we'll see by creating all that. All we just discussed is that when you have to finish some tasks, who has to work on which task, they will be displayed in the Scrum board, right? So that's those things you can see it from here. And here is the help for the software, Jira software help, administration help, the Atlassian cloud admin help, right? The keyboard shortcuts that you can use, and about the Jira software is all together. Probably you may wanted to just look at this first if you wanted to understand anything. What is this software is all about, or the version of the software, and help of that. So you can actually keep this particular thing open if you wanted to refer at any point of the time uh, to stuck, or if you are stuck in doing anything, you can actually go refer this one. The next one, you have the settings menu. Under that you have Jira administration, you have applications, projects, issues, the different add-ons. The main thing that we're going to do is after creating the projects today, we'll do an user management, and this is about your billing related stuff. Like as we said, depending on the plan that you have selected, $10 per month or $20 per month, so it will tell you where you are currently and what you need to pay, etc., etc. And any new applications that are coming, that you can basically you can get to that information from here. And this is basically the administration for the Confluence. Now if you see under, so this is the avatar we selected, so you can actually select your own profile picture for this. That's what typically people will do in the organizations. And under this you have the dashboard currently where we are, it is being selected. And again you can go to boards, issue navigator, and finally the logout option. Okay, so this is a very simple menu options that you have, and at any point of the time if you want searching for something in the entire Atlassian information, you can search through this keyword that you the search option that you have. It's very easy to search, and you'll be able to get the information. Maybe you're searching for an issue with some title, maybe you're searching for a task, all that you can actually do it from the search menu. All right, so let's go ahead and create one project, and after that we'll do a user management. So I will add a couple of you people also, so that you will consider it as a Scrum project, and then daily at least even session is there or not, probably what I would request you guys is whoever has been added to that group, you just log in and update some tasks, whether you completed some hours or in progress or done, so that we can see those burn down charts and everything on a day-to-day basis, how they are actually trending to the end of the sprint. So let me go ahead and create a project. So go to projects and then say click on create project. But ideally, if you continue with yesterday's thing as it is, after you create a website and then you gone through that quick quick overview of the Jira software that they were trying to explain, you will immediately land in create project page. So from there you can directly continue, or you can come under this project menu and say create project. Okay, so hope you are all with me. Anybody has any questions before we start doing it? Because I'm not seeing any questions on the chart, so that indicates that you're all fine. But otherwise, I'm happy to take any questions that you have at this moment. Don't worry if you have heard some new terminologies as we are explaining it. So you will be, getting to know all that as required. For example, we talked about Scrum board, we talked about Kanban board, we talked about Confluence. So no worries on that. So just as we move, we'll come to know all that. So I'll go to projects and say create project. So this is the create project screen. As again, we looked at in the orientation that you can actually create a Scrum software development project here, or you can do a Kanban software development project, a basic software development project. So basic software development project is like a typical waterfall model what we used to do. It could be some, if anybody is still running with a waterfall model of a quarterly release or a 6 months release. I'm sorry. Yeah, so if you are running with any quarterly or a 6 months release project, then it is preferred to go with basic software development project. Otherwise, most of the companies have already moved into agile, which is typically 4 weeks to 6 weeks projects, which are called sprints. In that case, you can go for a Scrum development project. As you can see, agile development with a board, sprints, and stories connects with the source and build tools. This one is like Kanban says optimize development flow with the board, connects with the source code and build tools. And this is majorly where you can track your development tasks and bugs. And you can also do connect with the source and build tools. If you see at high level, there are two categories of projects, one related to software and one related to business. So in today's world, business is also engaged along with the software project development very closely. Like previously, what business used to do is they used to come only in the very beginning of the project for giving the requirements. And again, directly they will come only in the UAT, the user acceptance testing of the project. But there were a lot of surprises for them when it goes for UAT, and they used to come back and say, no, this is not what we have not expected. This is not the project that we are looking for. Requirements were incorrectly understood. So all those problems used to come. Slowly, we started engaging them in design also. And before we start coding, we used to engage them in prototyping. But but in today's world, along with the agile, business is also involved very frequently. And there are two approaches, like, engineering team may need some input, so we will also be approaching them very frequently. The other way, the things are so dynamic. In fact, business itself is coming to the engineering very frequently and asking, we want to change this, we wanted to change that requirement. So softwares, whatever we are using, this ALM, application lifecycle management softwares like Jira, HPALM, whatever, we are providing options for the business also to create their task management. Like, they can also do a project management for their side, and they can also do a process management. So this is where you can actually quickly organize and assign simple tasks for you and your team. For example, within the business group, let's say there are about 20 business users for our product. Who has to do what task? They can also themselves assign the task and start progressing that. And the same business group deal with many projects, many products. So they should also have some way of managing the project, so they have a project management option. And they may also follow certain process, so for them they have a process management software. So this is something that is completely related to the business teams. It's not for the individual engineering team. Okay. So Aparna has a question like, I'm new today, I have not seen yesterday's session. So all you have to do, Aparna, there is one orientation session. Similarly, whoever is being presented today, you will be easily following it. All you have to do is watch the orientation session today first, and then both yesterday's one and today's one will be sending you the videos today. Watch these two, and you should be able to decide whether you are following it or not. All right, so let's select this the first one, that is Scrum software development project. Okay, let's go ahead and create the Scrum software development project. So select that and click on next. Now you can see here the information. What it says is, use this project to manage your agile development work. Typically agile development work starts like, creating a backlog, organizing the work into sprints, and checking the progress, like, and through some reports like burn down chart, velocity report. uh, we have overall release, how is it going, all that we can check it. The project includes a Scrum board, basic agile workflow, and issue type configurations, which you can change it later on. Within the Scrum software development, these are the different issues you're going to create. You can actually create something at a high level called epic, and then we will create a user story, and then we'll create a tasks around the story. Like, this is how we generally do it. So we start with something at a very high level called epic. So there is no concept of requirements in agile model. Previously in waterfall model, used to get as requirements in SRS document. Team, hope you can hear me back. There was a hiccup in the audio. You can hear me, right? Is anybody has any problem with audio? Okay. So it starts with something called epic. Unlike requirements. Okay, okay, now somehow the questions start also coming properly. Sorry, I missed a couple of questions that people asked. Like Kinnari has asked, will you be doing a live project using Jarrah? So the best way to explain this is by definitely taking a project. So uh, we'll take one project, one web application, and we'll completely do it, either the epic for that or a user story for that. Yes, we'll walk through a live project. So it all starts with something called epic. So previously it used to be a requirement in SRS document, but now it starts as an epic. It could be just a high level requirement, what actually business is looking for. So what is an epic is, it is a high level detail of requirement. It could be as simple as that they wanted to build one website. So it'll just have one epic for that with some high level details, and that epic, for that epic to achieve, will create various user stories. So we'll create something called user story 1. Maybe in the website we will talk about how the registration process should be. Suppose something this is related to registration process. So there will be one user story. Typically, the user story explains as if like a real business user what you wanted to do in the system. Suppose as a business user, I wanted to register, or as a business user, user should be able to register with their personal information like first name, last name, email ID, contact number, etc., etc. And the registration process should be successful, and email should be sent to them. Email ID should be active, like the same way we registered for this Jira cloud site. Something similar, they will explain it in the user story, and that will have to have a clear, so user story, what it contains, it will have a description, what is that user is supposed to do in that system with that feature. So description of the feature will be there, and they need to also write something called acceptance criteria. If by achieving what you say that this user story is successfully completed or successfully implemented, so that acceptance criteria also should be part of the user story. So like this, there will be one user story, and similarly, there will be another user story, user story 2, which may talks about some login process, suppose. So again, that will have some description, acceptance criteria, etc. Under the user story, we are going to create tasks. Suppose this is task 1, and let's say this is task 2. Like this will create tasks. Sometimes your task can have, what is a task? Task could be anything. It could be a developer has to write some code, or a tester has to write some test cases. Build engineer has to build some environment. So anything that's related to the task, anything that somebody has to work on it, will create it as a task. Under the task, sometimes you may wanted to break down further to subtasks. So there is an option called subtasks. What my experience is that the task should be break down in such a way that it should be completed by one engineer. It could be developer, tester, builder, whoever is part of that project, or sometimes a technical writer, somebody has to write a document. It could be anybody. The task should be completed in the same day. Typically, we are expected to work about 6 to 8 hours, ideally the 8 hours of working time, but within that, uh, in my case, we estimate only 6 hours because remaining 2 hours is gone into your meetings, any emails, and there are some organizational initiatives that all most of the people take it. So we'll estimate only for 6 hours. So any task that should be completed in 6 hours, we generally don't want to stretch it for the next day. If some task is going beyond 6 hours, suppose some task is going for 10 hours, so we would prefer it to further break down into subtask 1 and subtask 2, so that the first one can be completed in 5 hours and 5 hours, something like that. So that is the granular level we break down. So it all starts in Scrum development model as an epic, as a previously what we known as requirements in SRS, but now that come as an epic, and that will be explained through detailed user stories. And to achieve those user stories, we create tasks. Sometimes we create subtasks. Now people go and work on those tasks on a daily basis. Suppose you're a test engineer, while executing something you found a bug, then under that user story you create bugs also. So what you do under the user story is you create bug. So there is an issue type called bug, like as you all can see on this. You can create a bug, you can create a task, you can create a subtask, you can create a story, and you can create a epic. Anybody, so bug, I don't need to explain. Something that's not working as expected is what you can call it as a bug. And not only test engineer, anybody can create a bug. Your product owner can create, Scrum master can create, developer can create, tester can create, technical writer can create, anybody can create a bug. Anybody who is part of this project can create. So anybody needs any more explanation on these until we go and start creating them? Right now I conceptually explained what they are at high level, because this is what we are going to deal majorly in Scrum software development. And every issue will go through this kind of a workflow. Initially it will be in a to-do state. While you are working, you will switch it to in progress, and once you're done, you should get it review by a peer, at least who has a similar experience, or maybe somebody has much more experience. And if they give a green signal that, yeah, what you have done is correct, then you should move into done. If they give any review comments, you should incorporate those comments and then send it for a re-review. Okay, Meenal has a question. Breaking the tasks to two parts called subtasks. Yeah. For example, let's say a developer has to create some screen. That is a task for him. But creation of a screen, he or she feels cannot be done in same day. And logically, that includes there are two sub features, for example. Then he or she can go ahead and create two subtasks in that. One may be for, let's say, one may be for, suppose if you're considering login application, let's say one may be for logging into an application, and there is another feature called forgot password. So he want to build that screen separately. He can go ahead and create two subtasks under the login form, something of that sort. All right, so I'm moving ahead. So after explaining these issue types at high level, click select. Okay. Now you need to give some project name. Okay. So people who are there with me in QA live training that we did recently, we have used one application that's associated with ITeLearn. It's basically the developed and completely tested it through ITeLearn. So ITeLearn also has a technical team, works out of Hyderabad, India, and they are into different other business also. Like this is one of them, and there is another one called Atomic 77. So this is another company actually who takes care of digital marketing, online marketing for any type of a business. So we can actually take that or this, any of the projects, because they're all related to Karthik and the team. So like as you can see, Karthik is the founder and CEO for this, and we have other two teams, two members working out of Hyderabad. So, and they also into another company called ClearGuard, which they've recently started. So the people who are attending Selenium Live project, the project got introduced yesterday on that. Probably since that's being dedicated to Selenium team right now, so I don't want to go there because there are a lot of 40, 50 plus members are already working on that. Let's not make it much more user overload there. So we can pick up any of this for our discussion. Either I can go with Holly.in or we can go with an Atomic 77. This is a simple digital marketing application. Okay. As Kinnari is saying, let's go with Atomic 77. Probably you might have seen that Holly.in through my QA live training discussion. That's fine. So we can go with any of them. That's not a problem. All right. So what is this? As I was talking about, any organization, any industry who wanted to marketize their product, who wanted to marketize their business, they can do it through the help of this Atomic 77 organization who will be into online marketing, digital marketing. And when we talk about online marketing, digital marketing, there are so many aspects of it. Uh, Things like, you know, making your website popular through major hits. That's one aspect of it. The other one is email marketing, how you send emails about the new products and new features that are coming up. The other one is your social networking through Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, how you promote your business. That's another aspect of it. So there are different ways of doing these things, right? So you can just more learn about digital marketing offline, but this company helps in doing that, and it is a simple website where customers can come and register. For example, if they are looking for some, let's say, new company wants to contact, so all they have to do is they have to fill up their name, their company name, and give an email ID, the mobile, and what they're actually looking for, what kind of help that they're looking for. Are they looking for any social networking marketing? Are they looking for email marketing? Or are they looking for their website creation, right from the website creation to making it popular? So are they looking for complete solution in all of them? So that's what they're going to do it. And here is a services section where the company explains what actually they can do. Like, as you can see, they can do e-commerce, photography, content writing, and they can do some mobile applications also. They develop it for that organization. Search engine optimization is one thing. The UI development, social media, all this. So this is typically what services the Atomic 77 offers. So, and here is the profile of the company, what actually, and branding. Another very important thing is branding. So currently these are the popular organizations who are using it, but it's improving now. So there are a lot of new other customers coming up. Okay, so that's the very high level explanation. A website, a simple website with certain features of menus and registrations, etc. They have not integrated the payments yet through this. I think that's what they are working on currently. Right now, they are taking the payments directly into their company account, but they may incorporate a payment option for every customer once they sign up with a particular feature. The way you all do it to ITeLearn, right? You select a course and you make the payment. Something similar will come over here in the near future. Suppose if I'm looking only for branding, and let's say there is an X amount of dollar for the branding, so I'll straight away select the branding option and then I'll go and make the payment directly through website. Now, considering all whatever the features currently that are available, let's move ahead. So let me give this project name as Atomic 77. Let's see if I can provide it as under Scrum. I'll put it as Atomic 77 under Scrum. Okay, so you can go up to 80 characters project name, so which includes some alphanumeric characters and everything. Typical, project can have some numbers, alphabets, and everything. Okay, then you can see automatically there is a key has been generated. As I was typing the project name, there is a key has been generated. This key should be the unique in your entire, what I can say, Shankar ITeLearn Atlassian.net. So this cloud website, this project name should be identified uniquely with this key called 80. If you want more help, you can actually just click on it and see. So this is what is a project key. It prefixes each issue in the project. So another important thing is a lot of people, when they actually create a task, right, uh, they have a habit of mentioning the project name as a prefix. For example, I'm going to write some user story, let's say, then I will have an option to put it like atomic 77 underscore services module, atomic 77 underscore profile module. No, you don't need to do all that. Just go ahead and start creating as registration, services, profile, etc. This will automatically be prefixing your key as 80, and that should be unique in your website, indicating the atomic 77 project. It can be changed, but this is not a trivial task. Why do you really want to change this? Something system has a logic based on the characters that you are entering first. It is picking up and giving you. So if you want to really change, you can change, but not something that you may, if you want, you can do it, but otherwise it's not really important. So next you have project lead. Okay, so that's automatically my name is coming up because as of now I'm the only one in this particular group. I have not added any of you yet. So obviously, whoever is the administrator, whoever has created this project site will be the one that will be the administrator. But as we see, when we add more people, we can make one another person as a project lead if we want, um, or it's up to, I mean, the administrator can be the project lead, right? So right now it's only coming. This is what I've gave. Like I gave first name as Shankar, last name as QA, so it's coming like this. So we'll talk about Confluence Space right now. So it can be selected. That's not a problem. Just and here is explanation about it, what you can do. Anybody has any questions? Let me go ahead and click on submit. But otherwise, let me know if you have any questions. I'll just click on submit. Again, it takes few. Ideally, what happens? There will be a backend in the in every ALM software, right? So there will be a backend in which it will go and uh, create all your project information. So right now it says all done. That indicates that it's created. So go click on all done. Now you can see automatically your Scrum board has been displayed. As soon as the project got created, a Scrum board has been displayed, and this 80 is your key for the project, so indicating 80 board, and by default it is showing the backlog. We'll talk about more about the backlog as we move, but right now it is saying something called backlog, and this is where you see only your issues related, recently updated, and a board option, and next an option to create your sprint, etc., etc. And this is where you have all the options for the backlog, active sprints, reports, issues. This is where I can invite new members into the team, and if you wanted to hear any thoughts on the Jira, so this is the option we have. Apart from this, the next extra menu that you have seen, apart from the dashboard and project that we have seen previously, now you're seeing something called an issues one. You have something called related to boards. Those are the two extra menus that you have created. It's basically showing it for you. So here also it is showing the epics that are available, the versions of it, and etc. Okay. The next thing that what we will do after creating a project, let's not create directly any sprints as such, but let us go ahead and create or add some of the users. Let me add some of you people so that you can also be part of this, and you can contribute to anything that we are going to do from the next session. Now I'm going to request a couple of you folks to send me your email ID. As I receive, I will try to add them, but you should be very active from the next day onwards. Like, at least every day you have to log in and update some tasks, that whatever is being assigned to you, that you have completed that, or you're still doing it, or whatnot. So people who wanted to actively log in on a daily basis, please ping your email IDs. I'll just go ahead and add you. Team, did anybody has sent email IDs? This chart is working crazy today. I mean, I don't know. All right, now I'm seeing some email ID, Suma, then I'm seeing about Pintu, etc. Okay, let me try doing this. So now to add users, all you have to do is just go to, you can actually do it from here also, invite your team. That's one thing. If I click on this, what is happening? Let's see that. So this is how the user management screen will come, from where you can add new users. So one way to add users is, as you all have seen, from the project, just you have to click on this invite your team option. Or the other way to do that is go to this settings option, and then you have this user management section there. Okay. Okay, Sharmin says I sent many questions. I'm really sorry because this chart is really crazy today. Let me look at. Can you show how can I log in again? See, after you successful, that's where I'm actually going at a very slow, frankly speaking, because I understand initially setting up you will have some issues, but yeah. So to answer your question, what we have to do, Sharmin, is after yesterday's session, if you would have registered, you will get an email from Atlassian with a site link like this, the way I have Shankar ITeLearn.atlassian.net. You will get an email with your site from the Atlassian. Take that site name and browse it. Now I see Sharmin left, so okay, let him he or she come back and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so you can actually go from here, settings, user management. That is also the other way of adding the users. Okay, so you'll come back into the same page. I'll add as I received them. So this is the email ID that I have received. Then I have, so I'm adding the next user. So this is how you add, and you give an email ID. Then we have one more email ID. So like this you can add and click on create users. Okay, at a time you can add 3 people, so you can see something has happened here. Okay, right now it says you're on a monthly payment plan, we need your payment details. So this will, billing will start from 8th, blah blah blah. That's another problem. So by 8th this will expire. We'll get only 1 week out of this actually. That's probably we may need to do quickly redo all this. I can do offline and get it ready for the sessions also, that's not a problem. But again, I won't be having these email IDs and everything. Let's see how it goes. So I've added a couple of things, and if I want to add more people, let me add just more people. Looks like I've already added. No. As I see in the chat, I'm just adding team. Email address must be unique. Okay. See, it's already validating from the existing project team members and giving. People who I am already added. You should receive an email. Let me know as you receive them. Okay, it gives some thing, right? So fine. I think I have added a couple of users. Excuse me for the rest of the folks if I'm not able to add. It could be because of the restriction for the billing. Let's see if I can add more. Okay. Okay, so I think we should be good. What we have added is sufficient now. I have added 6 people. You all should be receiving an email and just see what action you have to do on that. Probably you may need to activate that so that you're part of this. Did anybody received an email? Can you please confirm? Yeah, received an email from Jira as Danya says. So just do some action if it is required there. Probably it may ask you to. Okay, Kinnari says she did it and Sharmin also did it. Yeah, I mean, so definitely, right? It's for you. Every day morning, sorry, every day when you're actually doing the project, you should also know this thing. Please make a note of this website. This is where you need to log in. Shankar ITeLearn.Atlassian. So guys, this is how it will be. I mean, it's a kind of a working session. I will be involving you guys also. If not everybody, so please, we have some restrictions. I'll just involve a couple of folks. So other people, you don't really take it in a bad because all I'm going to do is they will be just activating and updating the task, but rest everything will be on from my side only. Since we have need a team, I'm just involving them. And the ideal team of a Scrum, as I talked previously also, it's a 7 to 9 people. So I cannot add more than that. Typically in real time also, there will be 7 to 9 people is what a Scrum team is. Okay, can we use your use? No, 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 no. Okay, the other folks, right? But Premal, what happens is that if I already logged in, then you won't be able to log in. Afterwards, maybe after the session, if you wanted to log in and see, you're most welcome to do it, unless you delete something. But but while I'm explaining, you won't be able to log in, Premal, because only one user can log in with same user ID, right? No, so when I said Scrum team, 7 to 9 people, but the software should allow me to do that. What I remember is that since it's a trial version that we are using, it may not allow much. Let me try 3 more users and see if it works. Let me just add one more user also and see if it works. Again, I'll pick up in the order that I have received previously. Okay, people who have got the email, they are saying it's working. We are able to log in. That's good. Sharmin, I was responding and then you left actually. So what I was saying is, this is how you log in. You got my link, right? Shankar at Atlassian, Shankar ITeLearn Atlassian. So that URL you have to log in and then you have to just enter that. That's it. Okay. I'm able to add, so I'll again add as many as possible that I can do, team, just so that you can be involved. So today this is what we're going to do mainly, and from the next class onwards we'll start actually creating the sprints, and I will be assigning the tasks to you. Yeah, I think I have added for whatever the email IDs that I have received. If anybody did not have it, so okay, just send me your email ID. All right. So team, any questions apart from this as I do add a couple of more people? Oh, I think now I'm not able to add after certain thing because of the billing problems and all. No, it's no more valid email. Okay. All right, team. So I have added as I have received. So please go with this for today. All we did today is to log in back into the website that we have created yesterday after day one session. Then we have created a Scrum project. We understood clearly what are those issue types in that, I mean, at a high level at least. And then we created a Scrum project and we looked at user management, how to add new people, etc., etc. So the next thing what we're going to do from the next session is we actually start creating a sprint. So we'll create 2-3 sprints. We create backlog, we move them into sprint, and then I'll assign some of the tasks to you. You will be updating them on a daily basis, and then we'll move ahead. So, all right. So see you in the next session. We'll continue from there. Thanks, team. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're from. Sorry, the chat is very crazy today. I could not see all the questions, so excuse me if anybody's question is not answered. Please send an email, or we'll talk in the next session. Thank you.